Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm going to be going over the top 4 deck list from the UDS tournament this weekend, and the first one is going to be the winner, Jesse Cotton. Also, I'll link his YouTube channel down below, but going over the deck list quickly here, we have 3 Nib, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Droll, 3 Veiler, a Talents, 3 Crossout, and 3 Imperm for the non-engines. So that's like what? 16 going second cards, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, and then we also have, 3 Crossout. Talents is like a, it works very well going first, but it is like also going second card. Crossout is a little bit, I wouldn't really consider it like as much of a going second card. But it can also work in like the mirror match too, where you can like cross out Kieran if you really need to, and obviously you can hit all the hand traps that you need to. Then looking at the engine, we play 1 Flamebird, 1 Garunix, 2 Kieran. So only decided to play 2 Kieran, which is like fair, because like you don't really need 3 of this card. We have seen a lot of people playing 3 of it. People have been going back and forth on 3 or 2 of it. It does help beat stuff like Veiler and Imperm, which have like increased in popularity like infinitely over the last couple days. 1 Black Witch with the Wanteds. Okay, they don't play Temple in the main, they play it in the side deck. Alright, so 42 cards in the main, fair enough. Plays 1 for 1. Extra deck, we can see the World COTK line, no access code. We can see Double Princess, plays Heat Soul, Sunlight Wolf, plays Nightmare Phoenix, which a lot of people are doing now. Anima, Link Kuriboh. Is there anything like missing? I guess like they don't play Doolittle Chimera. That's something to know. They don't play the Rank 8 Fire King, but I think pretty much everybody has cut that card at this point. Like that card's just not good. It doesn't really come up. Okay, going over the side deck now, we see 3 Spooky Dogwood. I mean, it's good in time, right? And right now, decks and games can take a while. So I think we're going to continue to see Spooky Dogwood be played in the side deck, especially going into Vegas. So, it's going to be hard to truly prepare for that card, but it is something that you're going to have to, think about. Then we got Driver, 3 Delta, Gamma. So playing the big Psy-Frame package here with the 3 Delta and the 1 Gamma. A Gave Dragon. Yeah, I mean, your deck has to have a way to win in time when you go first. Spooky Dogwood, you could be like, oh, that's your time card, but like that's not like a, you're not guaranteed getting into that. If you put a Gave in your extra deck, you have it in your extra deck 100% of the time, so you can like get to it. Side deck Subversion, Skyburn, and Temple, a bunch of engine cards for certain matchups. I bet Temple probably just goes in every time they go first. And then Skyburn and Subversion are probably just for specific matchups. And then 3 Solemn Strike as the going first card of choice. Using that on a card like Snake Eye Ash is very good. I wonder if they chose to play Solemn Strike specifically because this was like a 16-person tournament. It was a lot of really good players, but you could assume that most of them were going to be playing Snake Eye decks, so maybe they did it because of that. But I guess also like the YCS Costa Rica that just ended, the top 16 was like 80% Snake Eye and Snake Eye Fire King. So I guess it really is just like everybody's playing Snake Eye, which is fair. This deck is, Snake Eye Engine is better than pretty much every other deck, right? Like it's really, really good. And then Strike's also like still good against the decks like Voiceless Voice and stuff. So now on to the next list. We got the second place list. This is a pure Snake Eye list playing 44 cards. We have 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 2 Talents, 2 Cosmic, Called By, 3 Chalice, 3 Econ. So 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 like non-engine cards. Monster Reborn's also a card that can be good going second. Then we play 2 original in the deck, 1 Temple. It's not playing like the trap and the spell. I don't know why. Dramatic Chase and then Betrayal. Not playing those cards. A lot of people have also cut those cards, but we did see some people like Shooping playing it this weekend. 2 Flamebirds, which is pretty standard and pure. Does play the Jet Synchron and the Birch. Plays 3 Black Witch, 3 Wanted, which is also better in this build because like you want to draw, like Black Witch. Unlike Jesse's build where he wasn't main decking Temple. We are main decking Temple. and we have multiple originals, so we can like always get good amount of value out of this stuff. And whenever you see Black Witch, it makes it a lot easier, you know, to try to like, you know, Savage Baron the opponent. We play one Magician's Souls, which can also get us access to Black Witch through dumping it and then going Celine to summon it back out. So that's good. Chalice is definitely an interesting choice. So decided to play like, you know, 9 hand traps. Doesn't play Imperm. You know, it's a hand trap that we've seen a lot of people really like recently because it doesn't play into a card like Talents, but also like Jesse's list played 1 Talents. This list is playing 2 Talents. You know, people are starting to cut down on Talents, which is, you know, not like normal, I would say. Not something that a lot of people have been doing. A lot of people have been maxing out on this card because this card is like insanely good going first, and then going second, it's still like, you know, it's still pretty solid. Looking at the extra deck, 1 Celine. A lot of people were like, oh, why would you play Celine without access code? But it can go up in the Appaloosa. Also, again, like Celine being able to summon out Black Witch, like if you Magician Souls or something, or even if you don't Magician Souls, you can still get to this. And then that helps with your Jet Synchron, plays a lot too. Okay, we see Spooky Dogwood. Yup, again, like, we're going to continue to see this card in the side deck. I know this card, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think this card should be illegal. This card is literally just there for time. It's a very bad card for the game overall. But it is there. Oh, it's kind of crazy because at Vegas, if you play Crossout, it's probably worth side decking. I mean, if time is coming, I guess you're already side decking in 3 Spooky Dogwood anyways, right? But, you know, Crossout and Spooky Dogwood is something that, like, actually could come up because you know, your opponent is probably going to have this coming in. Change of Heart, the 3rd Talents, the 3rd Cosmic, Foolish Return, which they said in their player interview that they put that in to the side deck to help their matchup against stuff like Branded, which is like, I don't know, it's a little interesting to choose Foolish Return specifically, but you know, if you play against Branded, it can help for sure. And then 3 Anti-Spell. Yeah, this deck can actually play, like, you know, Anti-Spell, Summon Limit, and have, like, a Negate next to it. So, you know, if you have Anti-Spell plus a Negate, that's very strong. The opponent can still go, like, normal Summon out Snake Eye Ash, which, you know, it's kind of interesting that they chose Anti-Spell specifically and not Summon Limit. So I feel like in this deck, Summon Limit's probably just better. Because if you have Summon Limit plus a Negate, like, how do they beat it? Because they can't engine beat it, really. It's going to be really hard to do. They'd have to draw, like, Fire King cards. And then even then, you still have a Negate. So they're going to have like, Cosmic plus the perfect, like, Fire King stuff in their hand to beat the Summon Limit. And then even then, if you had Savage and Baron, they're still not beating it, probably. So, on to the next list now. Onto the top 4 lists. We have Andreas Torres. I'll also leave a link down below to his channel. He played Branded. I bet you a lot of people are excited to see this list because even I'm excited to see it. It's very interesting. We got 1 Lubellion, 1 Sornier for the Bestial stuff, 3 Shrouded Dragon, Gimmick Puppet in the main, 3 Alibert, 3 Albaz, 1 Quem. Yeah, I mean, cutting down on Quem makes sense. 2 Cartesia, 2 Edgimp, 1 Mercurier, 1 Tragedy. Okay, so decided to play Tragedy, even though they did cut Ad-Lib from the deck. And then Fusion Deployment. Playing the 2 Patchwork, 2 Edgimp, 2 Poly package. Kind of surprising to see him play that, but also we're seeing Droll and Lockbird kind of die off a little bit. Snake Eye is able to play through that card. Like, hold on, actually, let me look. I was going to say, because none of these lists were playing Droll. Yeah, like the 1st and 2nd place list, we're not playing Droll. We're just kind of seeing that card die off. People are learning how to play around that, or not even playing around it, but play through that card better, getting better and better at doing it. It's not like actually trading with something a lot of the time. You know, if your opponent goes Bonfire Search and you drop Droll, like, haha, well played, like, sure, that's good, but in most other instances, like, they can play through it, like, Ash and the Poplar, they can still play through it somewhat. Normal Poplar, Search Original, they can still play through it somewhat. You know, Wanted and Draw Phase. Okay, but 2 Talents, 3 Thrust. Decided to play 2 Talents with the Thrust package. 3 Super Poly, 2 Branded and Wed. 1 Branded Lost, Diffusion Duplication, Called By. Plays 3 Branded and High Spirits. That's definitely not normal to have 3 of that. So that's different. Okay, extra deck. Yeah, 1 Gargoyle, Magnum Reliever, 2 Mirror Jade. Trying to see if there's anything weird in it. I mean, we played Mud Dragon for Super Pulling, no Garua. Alright. Trying to see if there's anything else weird that I can just notice off the top of my head. Nope, okay. Then Droll, 2 Soul Release. Soul Release is very good against the Fire King Snake Eye variant. They do have 2 of it in their side. Yeah, I guess it's fair. Like, the Rust for Soul Release would have been a lot better, but the thing is, nobody's, like, adding Ponix back in standby phase. Nobody's getting Barong effect in standby phase. None of these, like, mandatory effects that'll activate, and then you can just thrust Soul Release and, like, take out their life savings out of their graveyard. So, thrusting for Soul Release isn't as good, since people, like, you know, they'll start playing, and then you'd have to do that. They have Dark Ruler probably for, like, all the rogue matchups. Also probably sided it in against, like, the Pure Snake Eye deck, because Savage Baron, Mistaken Arrest, DDG for going first. You also have 1 DDG for the Rust. Yeah, if you get hit with, like, a low impact hand trap, you already resolve Branded Fusion. I guess, you know, maybe don't go for Fusion Duplication, just go for DDG. Or if you didn't even get the Branded Fusion, you can thrust for DDG. Then evenly match. Okay, now the last list, we have Cam, the man, Neil, playing 42 cards, 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm, so just 15 hand traps, no Talons. And then Engine, we play 3 Kieran, 3 Black Witch, main deck Temple, 1 for 1. Okay, yeah, we can see, yeah, if you play 3 Black Witch, 3 Wanted, you know, you're almost always playing Temple in the list. It helps you get a lot more value out of your cards more often. Anything else weird? We main deck Droll. You know, a lot of other people were not playing this card. They did decide to play this card, not just like played in the side deck or anything. They played it in the main deck. Now their side deck, I did see this while they were on stream. They play Baby Kieran, Scattershot, 3 Spooky Dogwood, and a Gave Dragon. They have 6 cards for time. 6 cards is crazy. That actually does take up a lot of space on the side. Like, maybe you could argue to not play Scattershot Baby Kieran and just play, like, Spooky Dogwood, a Gave Dragon. But, hey, you know, they thought they were going to go to time a lot. And, yeah, I mean, I bet you if they went to time, it paid off for sure. And, you know, like I said, like, the matches right now just naturally take a long time. So, like, you're going to see a lot of time cards. And then Talons, cross out Cosmic. Yeah, you know, you can put in Talons going first. You can also cross out the Talons then, too. Anti-spells are going first card of choice. We see Heat Soul, Sunlight Wolf, Celine, Appa going for the World Sea Line, 2 Princess, no Anima. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, also, hold on. Now I want to go ahead and look back at Jesse's list, because I just realized, yeah, they don't play Celine in their list. Oh, wait. I capped. They do play Droll. Never mind. Yeah, somehow I missed over this for a second there. But yeah, 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm. Yeah, I mean, I guess, to be fair, they had to have Droll somewhere on their list, because they made that Crossout. So, like, you know, you kind of have to have it there if you're playing Crossout, right? But, I mean, this player doesn't, because they're playing Pure Snake Eye. It doesn't hurt them as much. Definitely some things to think about. Yeah, they're not playing the Celine in there. They played Animal instead. Yeah, okay. Interesting deck list, but they only released the top 4, so that is going to be it for the video. But I think, you know, there's definitely some things to note from this. And something, I don't know, okay. Yeah, definitely some things to note from this. Also, this wasn't the only tournament of the weekend. I will be going over more deck lists here soon on the channel. Maybe tomorrow, but probably Tuesday after more of the deck lists have come in, so that way I can make a better video about it. But I'll release that as soon as, like, I feel like it's worth making. And with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace, have a nice day, stay safe.